where it was almost assembled. Almost assembled. It can travel for 10 hours.
Ow.
I mean, it's an amazing piece, just handmade, crude, in jungles where they even had arrangement for 40 people living under that jungle.
And these are engineers? I mean, how do they get this technology?
I don't know. The money they pay is pretty good. I mean, this particular submarine, according to DEA, probably cost $5 million to build.
Wow. Holy cow.
But it can carry $250 million worth of cocaine. It had no room for anybody in there. When it's underwater, it drives an electric motor. So when you have electric motors, there's no sound. Sonar is not going to pick it up. It used to be that they would have coffin-like boats that will go 10 foot below, and these cigarette boats will have this other boat that will be underwater. And that's how they used to import cocaine. And of course, Coast Guard, DEA, they all get wise to it. They catch them. But this is
Talk
an
about
amazing...
ingenuity. Talk about ingenuity. Granted, it's for the wrong reasons and for the wrong purpose, but these people must be determined to build a submarine in the middle of a jungle.
That's right.
To do this. Wow.
With nothing available there, no electric, no nothing, they still were able to do it, you know.
Wow, I don't know if I can compete with that story, but folks, many of you know Amar Bose. He is most famous for his Bose electronics.
Yes.
And the speakers, they're high-end, and most of us can't afford them. I've tried several
Yes.
times. But, of course, they are known to be the best. And the fact is, Amar Bose has been a professor at MIT for 50 years, practically.
That's right.
He's been teaching. This is a man that is still alive and healthy and doing well. He's 81 years old, and he announced on Friday that he is giving his company, the stock of his company, to the Institute of Technology, the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. So this is the first time a college essentially owns a company. And it owns Bose Electronics, although the university really doesn't govern over the company. All they really do is they receive annual cash dividends on its shares, the shares that Bose gave. But it really is like handing over, in one sense, the assets of the company to a college.
Well, that particular technology, he really built it at MIT.
He did.
He's been extremely thankful, and he's giving back to his alma mater, giving back to the students and the others. This was really a very heartfelt story. It's never been done before. I really like it. The only person who did it, I guess, is Warren Buffett, when he gave it all of it to Bill Gates and Melinda Gates. Okay, you handle my money through your foundation.
I love the quote in here that somebody gave for Dr. Bose. Dr. Bose has always been more concerned about the next 2 decades than about the next 2 quarters. Think about that. So much of our company is driven by making your profit for that next quarter, and his company has managed to outlast, it's been a corporation since 1964. So he's obviously doing something right.
More power to him. I hope more people follow his footsteps.
I do too.
You know, Switzerland has an America problem. Do you remember when we all were discussing cars made in India, what percentage of the car is made in America? Because today, you know, with Japan tsunami, you find out Ford cannot build all of their models, GM cannot build it, and so on and so forth. Well, Switzerland has a problem where the watches that they make, you know?
Of course.
In 1971, they said every watch is made in Switzerland if 50% of the watch parts are made in Switzerland. Well, there are some of the companies that are very elite. They want to make sure that let's take it to 60% of the parts. If they're made in Switzerland, then that's the only watch that should be called made in Switzerland. But there are a lot of cheaper companies that are also in Switzerland, and they import their parts from India and China and the others. And they want to say, let's make it 40% of the parts made in Switzerland as it is Switzerland, so that we can compete, because, you know, Switzerland is a small country. They can't produce too many watches. They have to have the arm of China or India to help them. So Switzerland is going through, and the chances are that the 60% will win and not the 40%.
I agree with that. Otherwise, what's the novelty of having a Swiss watch? You pay for that quality. You pay often just for the prestige factor that it came from Switzerland. If you find out that half the parts come from somewhere else, that novelty would go away. And it becomes not quite the luxury item that it's been associated all these years.
That is very true. It is associated with the luxury item. Of course, Swiss watches are very famous for their accurate timing.
That's right, that's right. And Swiss trains and everything else that runs in Switzerland is very time-oriented. Well, folks, you might be in the market for a watch for your mom this weekend because, of course, this weekend is Mother's Day.
That's right.
And we want to wish all the mothers out there, I would love to certainly wish my mother a very happy Mother's Day. And to all the mothers out there who hopefully will get a chance to spend it with their families and with their children, and especially to those who are overseas, this is a very special day.
That is very true. Happy Mother's Day.
Namaste.
Namaste.